I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to feed. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python. Grab what I like real fast, choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
Testing. How's it going, guys? Welcome back on another live stream, on another episode on My Hero Academia, the final season, episode 5. Now, towards the ending of the previous episode, it looks like Bakugo has finally put down All for One in physical form. But then again, in cosmic form, in spiritual form, All for One, I believe, still resides in Shigaraki, because the last scene was Deku is about to take on Shigaraki. And shout out to Bakugo, man. He put in a lot of work. He took everything he had. He almost killed him. This battle almost killed Bakugo, but he got it done. But I don't think All for One is totally done yet, because the villain is just resilience. His resiliency is top notch. So, without further ado, let's check out the next episode and see what took place. Even after they have defeated All for One, for now, it still looks like they can't rest easily, because the man is just resilience. It took all this problem in order to take down All for One, but even though they've taken him down, Shigaraki still poses a huge threat, just like All for One. You know, the heroes, the world of My Hero Academia has these two battlefronts that they are fighting. One is All for One, and the other side is Shigaraki, which All for One and Shigaraki share similar dream, if you would say that. But for some reason, Shigaraki has his own method of doing things and does not want All for One to interfere, which was the reason why All for One was desperate in his destitute to get to Shigaraki. He was put down because he wanted to resonate himself properly, or to take control over Shigaraki, because his physical body continues to revert younger and younger until he became a baby and then disappears. That's Midoriya's mother. Ooh, this area just flooded. Damn. Ooh, smash. Where is everybody else? It looks like now it's only these two fighting. Master is dead just because I didn't break that one completely. Shigaraki now knows All for One is dead. Ooh. He has every trait of All for One right inside him. Every trait. What? What the hell just happened? That's All for One's hand. Danger Sense has been stolen and added right into. He forced his way right in here. The resiliency of All for One is one of the most interesting resiliency I have ever seen. Even in death, this man is still fighting. Damn, he invaded Deku's pre. Oh, his mask. And here he comes again. You will sink it. I, I think Shigaraki might be worse. He just wants to destroy everything. He sent an attack wave right at Shigaraki. An attack punch. Ooh! 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 Nice. And Midoriya is doing everything to keep him away from the ground because when he gets to the ground, he wants to destroy things. Keep him up there, fight him up there. Ooh! He just continued to regenerate. Hmm. The thing is, Midoriya doesn't really have much help right now. Bakugo is down, All Might can't fight anymore. You know, the rest of the other heroes will only get in the way because they are weak. Some people are beyond saving. Ooh. All this time, Midoriya is really not fighting Shigaraki to destroy him. He's fighting to save him. But then again, Midoriya is fighting two people's will. He's fighting Shigaraki and All for One inside him as well. I'm going to take a gamble on you. Why is whose reflection is that? Is that still All Might's reflection? Man, for some reason, All Might's spirit started showing up over there. The spirit of people that have lost to Shigaraki, just like All for One, are still speaking to. Oh, Midoriya doesn't look good right now, man. Midoriya does not look good, man. He's taking a lot of beating. A lot. Yagi found an opening. Not a good experience. Not a good experience, man. This might not be a good idea because All for One is still inside Shigaraki and very resilient. The risk is too great. If they lose him, that's gonna be a big problem. Midoriya has taken a lot of beating. I'm not sure how long he's gonna continue at this pace, man. And it looks like Shigaraki don't see the previous one for all users. This is just Midoriya. This transfer is risky. Ooh, you don't look very heroic right now. Ooh, that's the transfer they are trying to use. My goodness, I hope that this works, man. I hope this works. I really hope so. My fear is All for One is very resilient and this can backfire in a big way because it's not only Shigaraki that they are fighting Shigaraki's will and All for One inside him. Those two working together, it's their hatred and their desire to see their will come to fruition. It's something that cannot be denied and cannot be overlooked. But at this point, the previous one for all users have seen that in order to destroy him or in order to save him or in order to stop this fight, we have to work on Shigaraki from within, which is very, very dangerous to do because at any point in time, I don't think this is a good idea, but due to the fact that it is the only choice they have, or it one of the best choice they have at this point in order to stop this, they're taking all this risk. They're sending one of them in there to go and erupt Shigaraki's memories that he has locked away due to his hatred. the depth of his conscience. Hmm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is not a bad episode at all. It still shows the desire that the desire Shigaraki has to continue fighting. And of course, one of the previous All for One, one of the previous One for All users was grabbed, I believe was All for One that came and grabbed one of them. He seeked them out from the place where they reside that All for One doesn't belong there, but for some reason he infiltrated the cosmic century of the previous All for One. I mean, One for All, right? The previous One for All users. He infiltrated their century and grabbed one of them. What he's gonna do with it, with the one he grabbed, I don't know, but we know that anywhere One for All is, anywhere All for One is at this point, right? Anywhere he is, All for One, he is trying to come back to continue what he started. You can rest assured know that anywhere All for One is at this point, he's looking forward to resuscitate himself, to find a way to bring his physical body back to fruition, because he knows that he still has an unfinished business. How the hell did he infiltrate their cosmic century? This just shows how resilient this villain is. Again, he's been destroyed, but he's still fighting in spirit. He's still fighting cosmically. And one of them that he grabbed, I just don't know what he's going to do with that one. Like, he reaches out of nowhere and grabs one of them. Like, are you kidding me? Look after night. Are you kidding me? He infiltrated their century and they were in shock. Like, what the hell just happened? And one of them comes and informs Midoriya, Kid Shinomori's danger sense has been stolen. And that's one of key factors Midoriya is using in this battle. You can see once the danger sense has been stolen, it changed the tacticality of the fight. As soon as the danger sense was stolen, it changed the tacticality of the fight. Shigaraki became more aggressive. Midoriya, it can still sense his attack coming, but it wasn't as peak as it was before. His attack starts to land. The danger sense was stolen and given to Shigaraki, the power that gave Master so much trouble. You see, this is and this is again All for One still fighting wherever he is, because this is not Shigaraki's doing. This is All for One still fighting. He is still at war with everybody. Even though he's been destroyed or stopped, he's still not completely, because again, his will still resides inside Shigaraki. Even Shigaraki noted this power, the power that gave Master so much trouble, the danger sense ability. He grabbed it and gave it to Shigaraki. Now, you can say, at this point, I'm just speculating at this point. You can literally say that All for One is gearing up Shigaraki for his great return, right? He gave him a danger. He's empowering Shigaraki so that at some point he's going to do his bidding, because again, he grabbed one of the danger senses and gave it. So you could say that somehow, some way, All for One he's still fighting. He's still trying to empower Shigaraki so that when he finally takes over him, he will absolutely be unstoppable at that point. You could say that, or you could say he's still fighting to give Shigaraki the power to continue fighting, to not lose this war, right? Well, I am not obsessed with it. Even Shigaraki grabs the power and says, well, I'm not obsessed with it. Because Shigaraki knows whatever they do to him, he's gonna regenerate anyway. You know? How are you guys in the chat? YGIT, GG, Swag, thanks for coming to the live chat. You know, but and he said, but I would take it if it lets me break you. Shigaraki is not really surprised about all of this. He's not really, wowed for some particular reason. This power, I could do without it. I don't really need it, but if it is given to me, I would take it if it lets me break you. You see? Because everything that is done to Shigaraki, he regenerates from it, comes back even stronger and more malice. He doesn't really need it, but since it has been given to him by his master, and even though the thing is, Shigaraki, even though this power has been given to him, he still doesn't understand that this is strange. Your master is still somewhere. He's just waiting for his moment. He's still fighting. I will break you. And you see the chair of Shinomori disappearing. This caught them off guard. And they're saying he forced his way right in here. He forced. I don't think this is this can't be Shigaraki's doing. This is all for one's doing. Just like that, he surpassed our combined will. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Just like that, all for one's will is so strong. It is so resilient that it surpassed all these previous one for all users and infiltrated their century where he shouldn't be here in the first place. He shouldn't even be able to find them. But I guess in spirit, you know how cosmically, like in spirit, you're kind of connected to everything all at the same time. At least that's what I've been told. You're kind of connected to everything. You're everywhere. You can see things. You can see everything all at the same time somehow. So he found where they are and infiltrate. And I don't know. I'm not sure if they have totally escaped all for one. I'm not sure about that. But their combined will couldn't stop him. And then they get into the battle. And as the battle progressed, you could see that, Shigaraki starts using that danger, that danger ability. I think he says, one second, let me get, Midoriya uses gear shift, black chain, and immediately that power starts working, the danger sense. And Shigaraki says, wow, no wonder you lasted so long against What an a-hole, man. This guy is an a-hole. Oh, man. I was getting ready to start my morning cardio. I wake up every morning at 6 to jog. Okay, brother, you're jogging. But then I saw your notification popped up and I decided to hang around for a bit to tell everyone good morning. All right. Good morning to you, man. Shigaraki says, wow, no wonder you lasted so long against me. No wonder you lasted so long. No wonder. He's using danger sense against me. Midoriya says he's using my biggest obstacle. I will destroy you first. And the first attack, you could see that Midoriya blocked it, but at the same time, even though he blocked it, the weight of that attack still landed on, still landed, unfortunately. The weight of the attack is just too great. He still managed to get to him, and the attack really affected Midoriya in a big way. It affected him in a big way. As you can see, after the attack, you could see the impact, the impact of the attack. The mask All Might brought back to me. You only just started wearing it so you could keep breathing in those surging waves. So this was a bad deal for Midoriya at this point, still in his danger sense. And now they are planning to send one of them inside Shigaraki to disrupt whatever he has been hiding, whatever memories, whatever bundle of memories he's been keeping at bay. We need to infiltrate to disrupt it, to let it flow all the way out, so that it will disrupt whatever will that he has possessed at this point. It could go so well and it could go so wrong. I just hope that this will not be the end of one of them once again, because this is a very dangerous decision. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, because if it does backfire, it will be devastating, because ain't nobody coming to save this thing anymore. Like, everybody has been beaten up, everyone is licking their wounds, and even if they have people to fight, they will have no match. Midoriya is the only one, is the only match, is the only one that can take on Shigaraki at this point. And Shigaraki evolved again. He got stronger. Now he has danger sense, which is a powerful ability to have, knowing what he already possesses inside him. To be able to assess danger and to know danger when it's coming, to read danger and know how to avoid it and evade it. That's a big ability to have, especially someone in his caliber at this point. So, be that as it may, thank you guys so much for joining me on this live stream. And I put up a question and answer and nobody used it. So, we're going to see what happens next. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Feel free to check me out on, well, I'm not really active on other platforms right now, mostly right now on YouTube. So I still do my gaming. I just haven't had time because I've been busy. But my gaming streaming, I will still continue my game streaming on Ninja Gaiden. I just have to make it. I gotta make time for that. I've been busy. So thank you guys for joining me. On that note, see you in the next video.